Welcome back, YouTuber. Today I will show you how to do an oil change for Ford Expedition 2005 Eddie Bauer edition with a 5.4 liter engine. And on the manual, it actually required a 5W-20 motor oil. We are using fully synthetic with a oil filter, part number HP2010. And let's get to it. Today I will show, actually I'm not showing you, but what I'm doing is we got a new the ramp, so we just ride up on the ramp and just do the oil change. On previous video, I actually use a jacks and a jack stand to do my, I believe it's the brake job, I believe. So today we'll be using the ramp. All right. Once the car is up on the ramp, make sure you put on the e-brake and make sure that you don't want the car to roll back on you. And because I know you're a short guy, Asian short guy, I'm actually using extension here, okay, to get out there to do the oil change. But you don't have to. Recommend it if you're short like me. Let's do it. All right. First thing I want to recommend is take out the oil cap right here, like open up the oil cap. To the purpose of taking out the oil cap is so that way when you drain the oil on the bottom, it goes smoother because the air pressure can push down to the drain and then just smooth down to the pan. Basically, that's what we're doing. Once you take out the oil cap, you want to open up the what's it called, the dipstick, like a halfway. It's same purpose for the air to go out under, so that way when you drain the oil, it goes smoother, and that's the reason why we're doing that. All right, so oil cap and a dipstick. To loosen the drain plug, you need a 16mm socket and a ratchet. That's to loosen the bolt for the drain plug. Well, the drain plug. Okay, that's what we're doing. You can see the drain plug's right here. It's nice and open. Just take out a drain plug. What you want to do is just make sure you just break it first. Loosen the drain plug, and then right there. Also, I would recommend, make sure if you're driving for a while, you want the engine to cool down first, and so that when the oil will be cooler, because it will be very hot. There comes the oil. Hope they're not blocking you or anything. Let's go slowly on it. Loose enough. You want to use by your finger is fine, and there we go. That's how you drain the oil. All right, once you got the drain plug out, you want to inspect it. Make sure the drain plug is not stripped. And also, what we recommend is change the washer as well. Either you get the metal one washer or there's a rubber one as well. Just every time you change the oil, we recommend that you want to change the washer. Okay. Before you actually reinstall the drain plug, I would recommend to wipe down the oil with the drain plug always. So what you want to do is make sure you wipe it mostly clean. I know it should be clean, but the reason I'm doing that is because of oil, and also once you put in the drain plug, you want to make sure it's properly snugged in and nothing is leaking out, so it's much easier to see. That's what I'm doing, and putting the plug back in. Make sure the gasket's in there, by the way, the washer, I mean. Very important, you have the washer in there. There. 16mm ratchet with a socket and just tighten it up. Make sure it's make sure it's tight enough, but you do not want to strip the drain plug either. That's good enough. And to remove oil filter, actually we bought a oil filter cap. The size is for this car. It's called a oil filter D-cap wrench, 93mm 36 flutes, and it actually says it right here, and a ratchet. We'll make your life a little easier with a cap, or you can try with your twist it on your hand, loosen it up, and then just take it out. But recommended for a cap is better, faster. So basically, for location of the oil filter, what you want to do is look towards the front of your car, and it's on the right side, where it's sitting right here, and right under it, you can see it wide open. Okay, that's where the oil filter is located. Go snugged in, and just it's pretty loose. Alright, once the oil filter is loose, just use your hand just to get it out. It's loose enough, okay? By your hand is fine. There we go. There we go, the oil is dripping. Get it out. And we are out. Once we got the oil filter out, want to make sure you checked. Very important, make sure you check there's a gasket around right here where the oil filter is. This is the gasket. It was not there at all. It was actually, it's stuck in the engine block, so I had to grab it. Each one of the oil filter actually have a rubber gasket. Make sure you move it out. And if this is still in the engine block and you put the new one in, we just have a new gasket as well, the oil will leak on you. Alright? Make sure you remove the old gasket out before you put the new oil filter in with the gasket in it. Okay, here's the new oil filter. Brand new from Advanced Auto. I did use the parts earlier. And I can see there is the rubber gasket around here, and actually this one here, we can't use the cap, oil cap. We actually have to use a wrench to tighten the oil filter. But make sure, well, actually always have this a rubber filter, not filter, it's gasket, I'm sorry. So that's what we're doing. That's why earlier I mentioned make sure you take out the old rubber gasket before you install the new one in. And before you install the new gasket, not gasket, the oil filter, you want to put some oil on the gasket itself, so that way once you put it in, it will not get too hot and get stuck in the engine block. All you need to do is just put some on here for the new oil. That's all you need to do. And let's install the new oil filter. Alright. Usually I you try to install with my hand first, like to make sure it properly fit before I use any other tools like wrench or what you have to do, or cap, to tighten the filter, which is what I'm doing right now. Try to put it properly fit. Hopefully I'm not blocking you or anything. That's what I'm doing right now. There we go, I think I got it. Put it nice and smooth. Yeah, you want to tighten with your hands first. Alright, we should. The next step would be basically what we did was put a drain plug back in, and then we changed the old oil filter to the new one now. It's installed, and the next step would be adding the new oil into the car, into the engine. And on the manual it actually required 7 quart of oil to add into the car. You do, make sure you're, I would say get a funnel, like a dollar funnel at dollar store or something. It's much easier for you to pour in the oil and pour it slowly. All you need to do. 7 quart requirement. And we're actually using the synthetic, fully synthetic oil. Probably lasts between 7,000 to 10,000 miles before you change again. So that's why we're using fully synthetic. And normal average of the regular oil would be 3,000 to 4,000 miles before you change your oil, do an oil change again. But why not go with the full synthetic? Get 7,000 to 10,000 miles on it. This is only a whole 5 quart. So I'll probably put another quart after, and then we check with the dipstick first. The oil dipstick. Really, sometimes you do not want to put it too much into the engine. For me, I prefer a little less than 7 quart. Because like when you put in 7 quart, and if somehow it's a little over, because oil probably in there a little bit, and most likely, if you think about it, if you put a lot of oil in there and it has to go somewhere, most likely it's gonna break your gasket for a leak. So it will be a big mess and very expensive stuff to fix for a gasket, engine gasket. There's 5 quart, 2 more to go. So we got the 5 quart in there already, and I'm gonna put in another quart in there, and then we're gonna back out the car off the ramp, and we'll check it. And if we need additional quart, we just add it in, and if not, it'll be perfect. As I said, I prefer not to fill it up completely. So let's hopefully. All you need is another quart is enough. Alright, 6 quarts in there. Put the cap back on, make sure you do, please. Put the oil cap back on and put the dipstick back in there. And then you just shut down the hood. So we have 6 quart in there right now. We want to check the oil first before we add additional. And the ideal is, if you can see, I'm not sure you can see or not, there's 2 holes there. There's a low and there's a high. Well, the ideal would be you want to be in between the 2 holes, or at least like at least a half. Anyway, that's what you want to do. Right now, checking it right now, just to see where we are. When you take it out, you want to wipe it clean first so you can see it. And we are at the lower side, or right here, like just above the lowest hole. So we want to probably add another quart, which they required anyway. 7 quart total. You can see we're on the lower side, so I just put another quart in here. Should be right in the middle after this. Should be the gold. Put them all in. And this is the 7 quart, single quart, I guess. Great, that's 7. Alright, put the 7 quart in there. One little quick wipe. Clean it up, put it back in. And look at it. Oh, that's perfect. As you can see, it's right before the high end of the hole. So it works pretty good. We should be good to go. 7 quart I guess is what required, so that's good enough for us. And that's all you need to do. Ready to roll? Alright, once you properly check your oil and everything, make sure you close the oil cap back and just put down the hood. And we're good to go. And we will start the engine and we leave it about 2-3 minutes and we'll check the bottom, make sure there's no oil leak for precaution. I know we're good, but you know, never know. Just check it anyway for any oil leak. Should not be any. Alright guys, whew, that was not bad a job, right? And that is how you change the 2005 Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer edition 5.4 liter. And thank you for watching, and also don't forget to subscribe, like, or if you have any comments, please do it down below. There's a comment section. If you need to, or if you want to watch a different video, you want me to show you on something else, let me know. Comment below, and good luck. Take care.